Good morning, friends. My name is Žeka and I'm in Cambodia. It's 5 AM now. And I'm off to that completely uninhabited island over there to test my survival skill in extreme conditions, without any food or water, for one day. I've been dreaming about this for so long. Amazing. Well, there is one thing that I'm not happy about. It is that this island is essentially a rocky mountain. There is probably no chance to count on any fruit here. So I will make one more circle around this island. Maybe find somewhere better spot to set up camp there. How lucky! I already found a rope, which seems to be a part of mesh or something like that, but anyhow I can really use it for my future shelter, or maybe for something else. Noted, I will be parking somewhere near here, and I will pick up it later. And over there is the place where I need to get somehow. Well, that wasn't perfect, but it's what it is. I made it. After 40 minutes of exercising, I'm here. This island is completely rocky. I don't know if I can find any fruits here. I really don't know. I really doubt that. But there is a rich underwater world, which I hope will provide food for me today. Because I love to eat, but I don't have any food to keep the whole experience real. And because of my hunger, I can have some crazy ideas. So I don't know what exactly I'm gonna to do survive here, but I like it. First of all, I'll leave my stuff on one pile and try to find some place for my first camping. The problem is that in the first place, where I wanted to leave my things, there were large red ants, which as it turned out, bite very painful. So I need to be careful, choosing the place and lift the leaves to see if there are ants or some scolopendra. Since this is not Ukraine, there are some dangerous animals here. I'll show you some of them. Come on, bite! Loser. He has something in his mouth, that's why he doesn't bite me. Oh, now he does, and he is really going for it. The island kind of belongs to these ants. They are everywhere. I don't know. It seems that the campsite should not be under the trees, but somewhere just on the rocks. So I just try to find some flat rock and build my hut there. The ants just fall from the tree here. As far as I understand, it is a young mango tree, but it is too young, so I can't eat these fruits. So no time to waste. I take my knife and go look for useful things. And so, while the sun has not yet risen, I have a little time to move more or less comfortably and to look for some useful artifacts. First of all, I need to prepare everything in my order to get some fresh water. This is one of the longest thing, but the most important process for humans, because without water, man can simply die in 2 days. It is very important to have source of fresh water, because I cannot drink salt water. It will only accelerate the process of dehydration, so I need to get or find fresh water. Honestly, in these conditions, that I can see behind me, looking for some kind of spring would be very difficult and unlikely. But I will walk around and check. In any case, I need to check the shore for useful things first. And if I do not find spring, I will need to extract fresh water from the seawater. I will show later how to do it. And in order to get fresh water, I'll need a couple of things. So I'm gonna go and look for them. One more thing. As an experienced fisherman, I know that in the countries with a hot climate, it's much easier to catch fish in the morning, before the sun reaches its zenith. So first, I'm now looking for 2 vessels to get fresh water from the seawater. And second, I will try a while to catch some fish, so I have something to eat later. I'm not sure if bamboo grow on this island, but here I see a piece of bamboo on the shore, so I'll be sure to take it. It is very handy for various purposes, from cooking to building a shelter. Also, here is a piece of thread, I take it, and here is a some bag. I can stuff it with dry leaves and make kind of mattress from it, so that it does not hurt to sleep on the rocks. A bottle is something I really need. Here is another piece of bamboo. So with firewood everything is fine. A lot of dry, discarded trees. They have dried up and will burn well. The main thing is to make a fire. By the way, I have never done this before without matches, but I am in that exact conditions that do not leave you a chance, so I will have to learn how to make a fire. After all, I have wood, stones and some other stuff that I can find. I will also check this high rock. Oops, a basket? If there is a lot of depth under it, then I can fish from it. Well, it's 2 meters deep. There are fish, that's good. So I really need the second bottle now. God damn. I have to be more careful. Yes, of course, it's sad how polluted the surface of the island is here. But it is the same with the island of Bali. I would say the reason is not only Balinese and tourists of this island. From what I saw when I swam further from the shore, I can tell that the current carries to the island all the mud and trash from neighboring islands. Perhaps here it is just the same, and we should not blame the locals. So I'll take a piece of rope. I will take this one, which will make me many smaller ropes, which I will need later to build a house or other things. Okay. So now let's extract some fresh water from the salty water. The point is, I need to cut off a big bottle like this and smaller bottle like this. In this one I pour seawater, put a small bottle inside, cover with the plastic, make a sag, then put in the sun, and the steam that will rise from the salt water will settle on the plastic wrap and together with the sag will drip inside this bottle. In this way, I will distill or separate by evaporation the salt water to the fresh water in this bottle. After I start the process of getting water, I will proceed to the next stages, like fishing food and finding the place where I will set up my campsite in order to sleep there tonight. It all needs to be rinsed out. I will got some water, I can drain a little bit here and put a bottle like this. I take a piece of plastic rope, cover the bottle and make a sack, and here it is better to create the sort of vacuum. I leave it in the sun. The sun will come up soon, I really hope so, because the clouds are overcast. I hope it doesn't rain, otherwise it will be a total disaster for my campfire and all my plans. It is very cloudy. I'm worried that there will be a thunderstorm. It's not cool at all, because here if there is a thunderstorm, it might be a very serious one. And it is actually very dangerous. Change of plans. The first thing I have to think about now, it is not fishing, but how to make some shelter and hide all my equipment from the rain. And the float will come in handy for me later. This tray I will take as well. I can use it to keep my campsite less damp and make it a bit flatter. If I hadn't planned to bring my spinning and knife with me, it could have been quite a good option. And so it started to rain. The rocks are already wet. Judging by the clouds, it's going to rain more heavily. So I need to take urgent care so that I can later make a fire and make some shelter to hide my equipment. It's raining again. I can try to make a shelter here in the hall, or my other option would be to look for a place in the jungle where there are not ants. Not far from the water in the jungle, I found this rock and these trees. I can use it as a base, sort of a wall. Lean branches of bamboo that I found, cover it with the leaves, and to hide from the rain. On top of that, the mango trees, as far as I understand, will also protect me from the rain. I think this is a good place to camp. There is only one detail. I will need to clean up here with a stick. Make some noise to ward off some snakes or scorpions or scolopendras or other dangerous creatures that might still be here. So friends, for those of you who some reason will find themselves in similar conditions, a little advice: keep all your stuff in one place and preferably compact, so that in the case of an emergency you can react very quickly. Take your things and leave the place where you find yourself. Because just now when it started to rain, I had all my stuff and equipment laid nicely on the rocks. I had to quickly collect everything, but it doesn't fit in the bag too easily, but the rain doesn't care. So everything gets wet immediately. So it's better to be always on the lookout. God, it's so filthy in here. You never know what it might be, rain or God knows what else, so it is better to be prepared for anything. Here is a natural rope. Vines. I can make something out of it. Such a pretty plant. But if you look closely, it is actually very dangerous. On the edges of the leaves, here are small but very sharp needles. And if you run next to such a plant, it can be very painful. Oops, my slipper is broken. But I would not recommend it anyone walking here barefoot, because of all this garbage and potential habitats that can live under the sleeves. Plus, I'll still be swimming where a bunch of sea urchins under and other animals can be, so I need to protect my feet. Instead of my slipper, I found a new slipper almost not worse, at least something. The size of course is not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And so I think it is enough for me to build the basic foundation of my shelter. The rope isn't great, of course, but it will be enough to secure the lintel at the base of my future hut. You can hear every sound of bird and some strange sounds that are almost scary. One more tip: when you are somewhere in the wild forest or wild jungle, always make a lot of noise, so that you scare off all dangerous predators and they stay away. So always make some noise when you go somewhere through the dense jungle. Knock on the tree with a stick, make noise to drive away possible predators, snakes, lizards and other dangerous animals. So here is the frame, looks strong enough. Bamboo can generally hold heavy loads, so you don't need to worry about it. The thick, shorter stick I'm going to put here at the base. That will be enough. I don't need to fix it. It will be clamped by these branches, which I will tie here on top. I put one edge right here and other edge right here. Already clamped it hard enough, and it is only one branch, and so I view the entire perimeter of the frame like that. I'll use the raincoat I took just in case to protect the equipment from the rain. But I can tell you that it's very easy to find something similar, some sort of cover of the same size. I found a piece just like that on the shore. I will cover the area where the most important things are kept. The rest I will cover with the leaves. I'm going to use the leaves like this as the basis for the cover. But I have to be careful, because there are these little spikes here. I will view the leaves in the same way. So I decided to get a different type of leaves, cause these seem less spiky. But look closely. It is a jungle, so everything is not as easy as I wish it was. I like it so far. It would be enough to protect me from the light rain and the wind. It is very hot and I'm already tired. Now I take in this bag I found earlier. I take another one, which I also found closer to my hut, and I will fill them with the dried leaves to put on the floor of my shelter. It will be more comfortable to sleep on these sacks of leaves, so I'm going to make myself a mattress now. I stuffed the sacks with leaves and I'll use it as some kind of pillow or put it under my back so it doesn't hurt so much to sleep. Technically, this is enough. I will fill another sack if feels that I need it. This is what my hut looks like from the inside. I found a styrofoam cooler. I think it fell out of a boat. I can use it as a container to put things in it or cover my backpack at night, so that if it rains hard, my equipment will be safe. I think the shelter is great. It's enough for the night. If I were to stay here for a longer period, of course I would do something more solid, more durable and kind of waterproofs. But I don't want to spend a lot of times doing this, because I only have one day to show you the options of survival, getting food and water in these conditions. So let's do the next thing, and I'll try to get some food and see how the water desalination is going. Came to check my water. And I see that the process just started, because there was no sun. So here we have the first vapor coming up, condensing on the plastic wrap here, draining down into the hole with the stone, and finally dripping over to the second container on the inside. And in order to speed up the process a little bit, I will cover it with a black t-shirt. This will help to attract a little more light and heat. And so, now I'm packing up my spinning rod and then I'm going to go look for some bait on which I'm going to try catch my first fish. I got some bait. Damn, it's Murphy's Law. But of course I forgot my box with a small weight when I was flying to Asia. But I found a good solution. I had wire, which I used to make spoon baits for fishing wild trout. I just took wire, put float weights on it with pliers and made here this jig rig imitation. And I will replace this soft lure with some kind of edible bait, meat or small fish or crab meat or shell meat. Because with the edible bait I have much better chance to catch fish in this place now. Stage number 3. Find the bait and catch the fish. Ah, that was painful. But it is a success. The first catch. It bites so hard, bastard. I got over it somehow. My first source of protein for today. Yoo-hoo, crab! The first prey is here, so here is why I need that float. I'll attach a plastic bottle to it. And I put my prey here, so it's just gonna float next to me, and I'll put wherever I catch in here. So I will tell you a little bit about artifacts I found when I was diving. Basically, it is a lot of shells, quite large and meaty. It makes me very happy. Also here is one large crab. Now I'm going to break the shell and take out the meat, cut it into pieces and use it as a bait to catch the fish. If the shell meat proves to be a bad bait, then I will try crab meat. But crab meat should work for sure. I've used it a bunch of times. I just would prefer to keep and cook and eat it later. Great! I've got the bait to catch the first fish. It's noon and the sun it's already at its peak, which means its rays are most dangerous now. So I will hide from UV rays already. But even though I am dressed, the sun still burns the parts I can't cover. So I will stay in the sun for another couple of hours or so, and after we'll hide somewhere in the shade. I'll take care of a campfire and other things. I can do that not in the sun, but for now it's very important to catch my first fish. While I was diving for shells, I found a couple of promising places where I can. Wow! How many crabs look! A couple of promising places where I can try to catch fish. And somewhere here I saw it was quite deep. I think it was right here. Yeah, I think that would be a good place for try to catch my first fish. And now the most important thing is to show all my angler skills and catch my first fish, my food. I lower the bait to the bottom, then turn the reel a little to raise it from the bottom and keep the line now tight. All at once I nibble and the bait is gone. So with this kind of success, I won't catch many fish. I don't even have time to see nibble before the fish takes the bait. Yes. I've got it! The first catch! The most important fish! It is a small one, but it is a victory! This 100 grams of protein, pure protein! My mood immediately brightens up, because I realize that everything is going according to my plan, and my skills are working. If the first fish is there, then there will be a second and third, and at the very worst case, I can cut it in 2 pieces and use it as a bait. Great, I'm very happy. It is getting very windy, but not big deal. So I need to cut shell meat into small pieces, because large chunks fish can take into the mouth. So the fish just knocks the bait down, and I don't want just waste it. Yoo-hoo! That's a shame, that's a shame. While I was getting the hook out of the coral, I picked up more of these cone-shaped shells. It has very meaty leg, but you can't see it right now, so at least I already have a snack. Here is such a little guy. I wouldn't take it to eat, but I will probably cut it up for meat and use it as a bait, because I'm running out of the shell meat. While the fish is still fresh, and there is plenty of time before I make a fire,
And I need something to eat and I need to replenish my energy. I'll cut a piece of fresh fish and eat it raw. It's a good source of protein. I would mind a little soy sauce. But it is what it is. When a person leads a healthy sporty lifestyle, when he or she trains regularly, his dietary regime is also in tune. Since I'm used to eating 6 times a day, being hungry until 1 p.m. is actually very difficult for me. So I have to ignore my moral principles and survive. So I see a cigarette pack. A little wet, but it doesn't matter. A little later I will show you what I'm planning to do with it. Hi friends, my name is Žeka and I am in Cambodia. This time I'm doing my best to survive on a completely uninhabited island. Small but nice. It is quite good specimen. A very beautiful fish. Wow! I don't know what kind of fish I caught, but look at its mouth, look at its teeth. It's just a monster, such a mini monster. And so my friends, my next step will be the bow drill method of making a fire. So first I will make a bow. I find a bow-shaped stick and the base, for which I need piece of wood that is strong and suitable for drilling. I'll put a spindle in a hole in the base wood and will drill it using the bow. It is a bit difficult to show, but eventually the place where the base and the spindle connect is going to get warmer and make a little spark that will light my fire. It's quite a difficult process. It's pretty complicated, but I think it's quite possible. I will try it for the first time. Let's see what's come out of it. After catching fish, I went to the water to wash my hands and saw something interesting. Look. I don't know if you can see it here, between the rocks. I saw a sea cucumber. Now if I take it out of the water and it starts spitting water, it's definitely a sea cucumber. Yes. And do you know what I'm going to do with it? Yes, yes, yes. I will eat it. Look how big, tasty and nutritious it is. Do you know what it remember me of? Have you ever held a black leech in your hands? So imagine something 20-30 times bigger and you get a sea cucumber. And so I need a base for the bow. I need a so-called bow-shaped stick and another stick that will both be parts I will use to drill the hole. And I need a wooden base, in which I will basically make a little hole, and that I will hold between my feet and drill. I will take this piece of wood here, it seems to be dry enough, and plus I will be able to hold it in place with my feet to get drill somewhere here. This one will do. Now I need a perfectly flat and quite thick branch, which will serve as a rod or spindle that will serve as a drill and produce a spark. I like this wood. It should be possible to use it. Also I need the base of the bow. This rope will do to rotate my spindle. For the base of the handle, I decide to make some raw and elastic wood, so that it does not break, because it should be vibrate during friction. I will take a mango tree stem like this one. Oh no, it's not a mango tree. I need to make a stick as smooth as possible. Both ends need to be sharpened. With this end, I'm going to drill the hole itself. And here I'm going to make the end also semicircular, kind of sharp, but thicker, in order to connect the wood on top and keep it pressed down like this. That's a bummer I got hollow wood, but I'll give it a try. I'll see how it works anyway. Kind of okay. I'll put drill here somewhere. I'll try to produce the ember here. I will also make an additional notch. Here's on the side to provide some airflow. As a kindling, I use other cotton from cotton buds that I always carry with me to wipe the lenses of my camera. Then I'll add a tinder bundle in here, so that when the cotton ignites, I can blow on it lightly to make the ember grow and last for at least a minute. As a tinder I'll use these flowers from the palm tree, similar to dandelion. They will also ignite very quickly. I replace the rod with a thinner stick, put it in the rope, put it here, cover with this other piece of wood here.
Вот здесь.
And start to rotate.
Давай.
Here is the first smoke. I can't believe my eyes, but it's kind of working. But I'm very serious about it. It doesn't seem to be working, because every time I see the smoke, it disappears and I have to do it over and over again. Well, it's not working out for me. And so it is 6 o'clock in the evening and the sun is sinking below the horizon. So before it gets dark, I need to go back to the shore and get more food. I'll try to find another delicacy. But for me and for you guys, the food I'm going to eat is very unusual. So I'm taking a sack and go to collect some sea urchins. And I need to hurry up, because the sun is going down fast. And here is actually the second delicacy, which I was looking for. This is such a sea urchin, which I will now try. How do you clean a sea urchin? I just take it like this, and I end up with a spiky spin in my hand. Well, it is actually now what I wanted to show you. Well, roughly like this, and then I clean it up with a knife. I will show you how to clean and how to eat sea urchin. But to do this, I first need to make some kind of a spoon. Here is a little piece of bamboo. I split it in two. Isn't it a perfect spoon? I love bamboo. It's so versatile. So, how I eat a sea urchin? It has many spines. I take a sea urchin and cut it on the side. I need to do a couple of notches on the sides. One notch, two notches. Now the water is drained from it. The Japanese say it is as a very precious delicacy and you should drink it, but I think I'll skip it. Well, actually the most valuable part of the sea urchin is caviar. Which I will not be tasting. Very strange taste. I won't say it's bad, but a little salty. You know, it's actually even good, kind of tasty. And if you use the right type of dressing and serve it in a restaurant with some kind of soy sauce, It would be good enough. It's a little salty. Let's put it this way. The taste is very unusual. Of course, but much better than raw fish. It certainly does not look good. But if there are nutrients that can save a person's life, you know, I would not doubt and would eat sea urchin with pleasure. Now I will try another, let's say more intellectual way of making a fire. And here is what I'm going to do. I will take the batteries from my portable sound studio in my bag. I will take the foil from a pack of cigarettes I found in the morning. So if I manage to properly connect the batteries using this foil, then in the thinnest place of this connection, this foil will short out. Like a light bulb, and the paper should ignite. So basically you get a disposable flash that should ignite the same absorbent cotton I took from the cotton buds. I'll try this way. Basically here are these batteries and I will short circuit them. So I take a pack of cigarettes, take out this foil, tear off a piece of it. I take the cotton swabs. And here I have prepared beforehand some paper and couple of twigs, taking off the cotton. And so now I take the batteries. I will take 3, 4. I'll take 4 batteries to make sure they have enough power. I need to make a spiral that will ignite. The point is that the 2 contacts of the battery will short the first and second edges. They should be about 4 mm. And the middle part that should burn out in the weak point should be about 1 mm. And then again get wider, to 4 mm, for the contact on the second side of the battery. And so I cut out this coil, it took like this. And now I need to rub this cotton that I fluffed around the coil in the place where I should ignite. Done. Now I take the base, put the batteries on the foil, drop them up with a little rock, prop them up with a piece of wood. I go back to the contacts again. And close the circuit. The coil ignited but did not ignite the cotton. And so it is my 7th attempt. The point is, it's probably just the wind putting it out every time it ignites, so I'm going to deal with it. It caught fire again, and the wind put it out. The process is going on. It might seem easy, but it is not. With great difficulty I got a fire. It took me a very long time and a lot of energy, but I'm happy. Finally, I can cook my shells and try to cook this sea cucumber. I will show you how this method works with better light and in better conditions. Because here with the wind it is very difficult, so I had to hide behind a rock to make it work. It kind of worked every time, but because of the strong wind it is just put out the spark every time. That was the reason. And as for my experiment with the water, the bottle is fogged up, polyethylene too. For the whole day I managed to distill about 30 milliliters of water, which is very little actually, but maybe this is the dose that can save a person's life for a day. Phew. It is not completely fresh, still a bit salty. I don't know how safe it is for humans. The method usually works. It is tested not only by me, other people have done it too, but it's better to boil such a water. I fry fish with scales on purpose, because the scales will just burn and it will be easy to remove it, and the fish itself won't burn. It's less hassle and more convenient to fry it on an open fire. So my crab needs to be fried a little bit more and I can eat it. So I can eat the crab now. The fish is almost ready. This one I think is ready. I don't know about little one, but the big still needs some time. I'm going to fry it a bit longer from this side. So my shell are roasting in this fire. I don't know if it is a good idea. We'll see. I think now is the perfect time to get down to the most interesting dish of all and to try this disgusting thing called sea cucumber. I don't know how I'm going to eat, but if I already signed up for it, I have to try. Yeah! That a disgusting thing! So I put the cucumber down and I cut it up. Sea cucumber is the source of pure dietary protein. And it also has this weird liquid. And it also considered a very strong aphrodisiac. In China and in Japan, they eat it as sashimi, or boil it, or fried. I won't eat it raw, I'll put it on a skewer and try it. They don't eat its insides, they only eat the muscle tissue, and it looks like this. Now my fish and crab are definitely fried. I need to remove them from the fire. And I already took the crab, so one fish I have here. It is not in the best place, but hopefully it is okay. This one is good. Well, the little one is fried. And I let the shell finish cooking there. So I take a skewer from the fish, try to put on a sea cucumber. The skewer breaks, but I don't give up hope. And I start frying. Come on, come on! Now I'm going to finish it this yummy thing. And then I'm going to pack, because it's getting darker outside. By the way, this sea cucumber is very salty. And tastes like a rubber. I will finish all my goodies. It's 7 p.m. It's getting dark outside, so I'll be packing up my stuff and moving to my hut. I plan to go to bed early, wake up early and leave this island. Because at night my equipment just won't film anything properly. But if something interesting happens, I'll be sure to turn it on to show you. Oh yeah! Almost forgot about the shells. It's hot, damn it! The shell is burnt, all crumbled. But the meat inside is just right. No, I was wrong. It's not right. It's dried up like a hell.
Ooh.
I'll open another one.
Oh.
That's a different thing. It is small but tasty. That's it. I can go and pack my things. Friends, maybe you think I should have chosen a cleaner place for shooting, or at least edited out the parts where you can see these tons of trash. But I honestly believe that the global problems of this kind should be made visible and should be discussed. I hope everyone will see it and understand that is our fault and that we should take care of nature, because if we keep running our planet at this pace, the future generation won't have any chance to see the nature the way we are privileged to see it. The state of the island, as I saw it, in fact, just horrifies me. The island is completely uninhabited, and that is why there is no one to clean it. And you imagine how difficult it is for animals to live there in such conditions. And if we do not do something, the situation will only worsen. So please always pick up your trash, and if you see that someone has left some plastic behind, just pick it up. It is not very difficult, but you be an example to others. And like that, we can make it better. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up and support my channel. Thank you! It gets dark very quickly here. In the blink of an eye, I came to my hut. I see no point in wasting time, and I will try to get to sleep as early as possible and survive the mosquito attacks, because they just trying to eat me alive. I don't know how I'm going to hide my face now. I'll probably cover it with a t-shirt because they'll just eat me alive. I woke up very early today, so actually wouldn't mind getting some sleep.
No.
Well, I will try to turn off the light quickly, because it will attract even more mosquitoes in here. They are very annoying, and I'm very tired. I will rest now. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Good night.